This is the second video of two. In the first video, we discussed why to integrate technology into an elementary classroom. In this second video, we will explore 3 programs to engage, differentiate, and prepare your students for the future. The first program we're going to look at is to engage learners. This program is called Kahoot. What is Kahoot? It's a game-based quiz that can be used as an informal class assessment that students get excited about. Okay, so I went ahead and I logged in. You can find Kahoots on anything that you are studying in class. So say you're talking about subjects and predicates. You click Find Kahoots. And then you type in subjects and predicates. And there's a bunch of quizzes that are already created by others that you can select from. Okay, you click on the one you would like. And then you can scroll through the answers to make sure this is a quiz that you would want to use. If you like the quiz as it is, you click play. And then I usually choose the classic mode. And it's preparing our game. And then you have your students go to Kahoot.it on whatever device they are using. It can be a cell phone, it can be a laptop, it can be an iPad. So then they type in the game pin at the top, which is right here. I'm going to use my cell phone to type it in. And then they get to choose their nickname. My students enjoy this part of it. Okay, and you can see I have one player, and their name is Teacher. If they have a nickname that's inappropriate, you can get rid of it, and that's why that little sign's there. Then you can go ahead and once all your students are in, you can go ahead and start the game. All right, and then your students will answer these questions, and they will select from one of these. Okay, and you can see that the correct answer was the orange, and then the only student answered blue. And then there's a scoreboard with it. Okay, and then they would answer all the questions, but for now I'm just going to end the quiz. All right, and then you get your results here at the end about the quiz. Now, let's say that you didn't quite like this subject predicate quiz and you wanted to make some edits to it. So you can go ahead and duplicate the quiz. And let's see, the duplicated complete subjects and predicates. And I can go ahead and edit it. Click edit. And I can edit it however I want, whatever I like or don't like. I can get rid of questions. The trash can is to get rid of them. I can edit it and change some of my answers. And then once it's what you want, you can save it and you can play it just as we did before. Now if I don't like any of the Kahoots out there, if I don't want to duplicate one, I can also start a new Kahoot. Create a brand new Kahoot. So done. And then to create a new Kahoot, you just click this purple button right here. Again, Kahoot is an engaging game to get your students excited about whatever you're talking about, and it can be used as an informal assessment. The second program we are going to explore is XtraMath. You can use this to differentiate for students. In elementary and middle school, students need help with their basic math practice. That's addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And this is a great program for that. All right, so you go ahead and go to the XtraMath website, xtramath.org without the E. Then once you're here, go ahead and click the sign in button. And then you want to make sure you have the parents or teachers tab. I'm going to sign with my Google account. All right, and then once you're there, you're going to want to add students. And I've already added a few students to it. You can also print flyers so parents are aware and they can do it at home also. Pins are like the students' passwords. And then if you just have several computers in your class, prepare the classroom computers is something you would want to use. And then students' videos just gives you an introductory of XtraMath. All right, and then once you have your students added, you add their first name and their last initial. This shows that they're all starting with addition. They'll go addition, subtraction, multiplication, and then division. And in each one, they'll have 3 seconds to answer it. And if they can do it, then they have mastered that skill. All right, but how you can differentiate with it is you go to Change Programs. Let's say David struggles with his addition facts, so I want to put him in beginning addition. So he will start with beginning addition. That's what that shows. Let's say Molly, she's really fast, and I know she knows her addition and subtraction, so I want to start her with multiplication and division. I can go down here and click multiplication and division and click change. All right, we're going to pretend Drew, he knows them, but he just needs a little extra time. So I'm going to click on custom program and add, I'm going to leave him in addition and subtraction. And then instead of 3 seconds, I'm going to give him 6 seconds. And then you can do this for as many students as you need to. Right. And that is XtraMath and how you can use to differentiate basic math fact practice skills. The third program we are going to explore is Google Classroom, and this program can be used to prepare our students for their futures. So you're going to type in Google Classroom, click on it, and once you have set up an account and everything, it'll take you to something like this. If you're creating a new class for the very first time, you're going to want to click this plus, and then it will give you a code that you can share with your students, and then they will all be entered into your classroom. But I already have a classroom set up, so I'm going to go ahead and click here. Here are a few ways I use Google Classroom. Kind of looks like when you come to it, it looks like a newsfeed that you might find on a social media website, such as like Facebook or Instagram. So I have used it to post links for my students. I find that when I try to have them type it in, that they miss a slash or a question mark, and then they go to the wrong site. So it's just easier for me to copy and paste it, and then they can just click on it. I also use it to assign assignments from Google Docs or Google Sheets, and then you can tell that I have 24 done and 2 not done. And then if I click on it, I can also see their work there. And then one of my favorite features is posting a discussion question. So you create a question, and then you type your question in. So I'm just going to use a reader response question. Describe how Kara changes from the beginning to the end of the story. Use text evidence to support your answer. And then I might pose this question to them after they have read something in class. All right, and then I can put some instructions in here. All right, and then this is one of my favorite parts, is that students can reply to each other. So after they have submitted their response, they can look at others and give others feedback. I like that they could also sometimes I turn on the edit one, so after they have feedback from other students, they can go back in and edit their answer to make it correct, that's what we want them to do. We want our students to reflect on what they're doing. So then you go ahead and click Ask, and it goes to the top because the most recent goes to the top, and I can see that I have 0 done and 26 of my students are not done. All right, the discussion question reminds me of something that a student might see in a college classroom. It also holds students accountable for their work because others are seeing it. All right, so again, this is Google Classroom, and it is used to prepare our students.